Okay, so I'm doing something a little bit different today. Instead of trading just good signal bars off the EMA, I'm going to wait until I'm completely sure about the context, and then I'm going to look for a higher low or lower high on the 100 tick chart. And you might be saying, okay, why are you doing that? And that's a fair question. So yesterday, whenever I was reviewing, I noticed that I was really sure about the context like a few times on the chart, but there just wasn't a setup. So I looked and said, okay, well, where is there a setup? And I found that there was a nice higher low or lower high that I could have taken on the 100 tick on each one of those places. And another reason, so in one of Mac's soapboxes, so Mac from Price Action Trading System, in one of his soapboxes, he talks about, I'm trying to figure out how to get this away here. He talks about how you can find your own entry techniques. So, first you need to figure out how to read the chart, and then you can go and find your own entry techniques. You don't have to stick to the ones that he uses. So that's why I'm doing this. Is it the right decision? I don't know. We'll find out. So I'm putting this down here just so everything's all in one place. I'm going to shrink it down as much as possible. Maybe something like that. I wonder if I can get rid of this this whole chart trader right here. I don't know. Oh, actually, I know. Yeah, I can. It's up here somewhere. Oh, wait, maybe hidden is better. What does hidden mean? I'll turn it off. Let's see if I can still. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I've got to go to hidden.
Order submitted. Order canceled.
Right, let's go back here. Okay. Let's see how this works. So if I put a
order
buy
submitted.
Order in, looks like that pops up
Order
on Apex,
canceled.
so we are good to go there. Okay, yep. All right, let's get into, shoot. I wonder if I can pin that other screen there. How do I do that? I don't know. I don't know if I can do that. Oh, that's kind of distracting there too. I'm gonna pull this back over here. All right, maybe you just won't see whenever I'm entering a trade. That's fine. I don't really care. But I do care. I don't know, I'll have to think about it, but I gotta start figuring out what's going on here. So overnight highs and lows are not respected. I'm gonna draw the lows here. Prices are clearly working higher. They get a break, they're moving to a new high. It looks like you might have some sort of larger trend here, like this, but it's not confirmed yet. To me, it looks like this downtrend might have an overshoot, which leads to it not getting a retest. So uptrend, break, new high, downtrend, overshoot, break, go into this congestive area, uptrend, break, new high, downtrend can't play out. That's definitely not right. There might be some sort of larger trend like this as well. Possibly. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. So I want to see what prices are going to do as they return to this trend line. That's my first sort of question or target here. So really what I'm looking for, I'm just looking to see, okay, where am I sure what's going to happen? Where am I completely sure about the context? And I can tell you exactly where I would be sure here. So that would be if prices come down here and they touch off of this main trend line, and then we get some sort of higher low confirming the trend line. That's whenever I'm sure what's going to happen. Not to say you're going to get that, but that's what I'm looking for. So we're coming back to it. Let's see if we hold it. It's looking like prices are finding some support there. So now let's see once prices pull back. That's what I want to see. What's going to happen? If they do, they might not. Looks like this congestive area is coming into play. I don't want to trade into that resistance there. So now if we get a higher low, I'm not going to take it. Looks like we're breaking this possible trend. Could be a little bit wider, but it's probably not valid at all. Price is clearly playing within this range. Okay, it might be slightly wider. Maybe something like this. Could still be valid, but I'm not positive. Clearly, there's something keeping prices from reaching the EMA. Could just be this horizontal support right here. Let's see what happens as prices struggle at this resistance. Are they going to come through this possible trend line that is looking sort of iffy? Looks like we might push up and through. So we're pushing up and through, possibly this trend line pushing prices up. Now we have a breakout of this congestive area, so I'm expecting a breakout pullback. So, all right, prices possibly just coming back within right here. It's a pretty strong push away. So it looks like this trend might actually be correct. So if we return to this trend line again, I'll probably take it. Okay, price is not quite returning there. Gonna put in an order
submitted.
just in case. Still not touching off the trend line. We are a ways away from the EMA, which is something to note, but we've stayed away from the EMA for a little while, so it's not really too crazy or out of the question. Clearly we're congesting here. We're getting close to this trend line. I want to see a nice touch of it. Could be a little bit tighter. Maybe we've already touched it. Prices are looking pretty congested though. Let's see. Maybe it's a little bit tighter. Okay, I'm looking for a higher low.
Order filled.
All right, I'm in. And looking for a 1-to-1 there.
Target filled.
And we're out. All right, so that one seems like a decent trade. It was a nice little 1-to-1 off a confirmed trend line. So now is this trend line going to continue to hold, or is it going to break? Looks like it's probably going to break here, and prices are probably going to return back to the EMA. So it looks like I might have caught that last little tidbit of that move. So it looks like this trend might have broken, but it's sort of uncertain right here. continuing to just sort of chop higher. It's possible that this major trend line is incorrect, and you actually just have some sort of spike in channel coming up. It's a possibility. So there's a possible break a new high there, but it looks really small, and I'm guessing it's not a true break a new high, or even if it is a true break a new high, the prices are going to probably want to test that again for a more convincing test. We're getting one leg back to the EMA here. Okay, so we have one leg back to the EMA. Not interested in entry here, even though I'm looking for a break and new high. Want to wait for the full correction to play out. Okay, so we have a short-term downtrend here. It gets a break, and it looks like we are just going to head to this break and new high. In the end, this trend might be incorrect, and we might just have something like this. And this might just be a spike. Clearly a strong up bias, strong uptrend going on right now. So if prices make a higher low off of this trend line, I'll probably be interested. Not there. I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I need a better test than that. Even though that might be a touch right there, I want a better test. Here we go. We're getting a true test here.
Order submitted.
An order. Waiting for a higher low on the 100 tick. Looks like we're probably not going to get it, but let's keep watching here. Oh, it looks like I missed it, so I'm putting in my order. And looks like we got filled. So let's put that 1 to 1 there and see what happens. So the reason I'm taking this here is because I think that this uptrend is correct, and I'm pretty sure we're going to test the break and new high of this trend. So let's see what happens. We did make a double top there, so let's remove a little bit of this just to clean things up. So like I said, this is a pretty unconvincing break and new high. There is a double top, but I'll be getting out before that. So I like that. My stop is below this swing.
Target
and we're
filled.
up and we're out. So the uptrend that I was playing was this one right here. It's also a second entry long on this chart. So now we've made the break and new high of this trend, and this one might continue playing, but I'm not sure about that. So let's just see what happens. This is clearly a strong uptrend with these small dojis working higher. Check out Apex real quick. I haven't even checked to see if it's getting my entries. Looks like it is. So that's 2 trades. I can take 1 more max within my rules, and that's it. I set that so that way I didn't overtrade. So clearly there's some resistance up here. Looks like it's right there. Might even be a little bit of a range right here. So just a recap of what I think is happening. Uptrend break, new high, downtrend overshoot, uptrend break, 2 legs to a new high with this congestive area. You have 1 leg down that's not able to play out. Let's see. And it looks like you just have, yeah, that 1 leg down that's not able to play out there. As I was mentioning, might have turned up because of this major uptrend, short-term uptrend break, new high, downtrend also not able to play out, but I'm not entirely sure why this one is not able to. So is there some sort of level here that I'm missing? I can't really find it. If there is, maybe the uptrend is just, or the bias up is just so strong. I don't know. Watching to see what prices do once they return to this possible uptrend here. There's a lot going on the chart right now. Like there's just like a lot of trend lines, and I don't know if all of them are correct. So this one I think is correct because it looks like it held up through here and held prices here. And gets a break and 2 legs to a new high. These are really small though. I don't think you need that whole range area, but clearly there's some resistance. Then this uptrend, I'm actually not certain about. So I played it, but I'm not 100% sure. Gets 1, 2, 3 touches there. Kind of looks like it plays up it there. Get a touch and then another touch, but it does break pretty quickly. So I'm not positive about that one. Either way, this one doesn't require a break and new high because it was the break and new high trend. Like it was the retest trend. Okay, we have a short-term downtrend that has a break. So looking for a new low and for prices to test this trend line. It'll be the third touch, so it's not a test that I actually want to play, but I just want to see, okay, is this going to hold? And if it holds and prices start trending higher, then I might be interested in taking an entry. Short-term downtrend is struggling to play out. Looks like prices might be bouncing off this old resistance. So you can see there was the resistance here from earlier, and it looks like there might have been a slight breakout pullback, but it wasn't a very convincing test. So now prices have come back and tested this level, and we're bouncing off that old resistance level, holding it as support. Let's see if prices are able to make it down to this major trend. There's still a little bit of wiggle room because there's only 2 touches, so it still could be moved around a little bit, maybe up a little bit more, maybe down a little bit more. Let's see. Clearly prices are congesting here, getting stacked bars. Okay, we're pushing a little bit past this old resistance level, and we have a break and new low for this downtrend. So short-term downtrend has a break and new low. There might be a slightly wider downtrend here. Testing this level. Gonna drag this range back. So let's see if this uptrend holds. Right now it looks like it's going to, but this downtrend might push it down and through. Okay, that definitely looks like it held there. So let's see if we can get a nice push up. If we get a nice push up, especially above the EMA, then I'll be looking to enter there. Okay, it's looking like this downtrend might win out. Nothing to do here. Competing levels. Okay, looks like we probably closed through here, but it's not very convincing, so just waiting to see what's going to happen. Okay, pushing through this downtrend is not looking correct. Gonna go ahead and remove that. Looks to me like the uptrends have probably played out now. Cleaning up the chart a little bit. There's too much going on. I hate whenever it's too cluttered and there's too much going on. This minor downtrend looks to be correct. The bias is still overall up though. Though I think you'll probably get a break and new low of this. It's not the strongest force on the chart to me. I mean, this up leg is. Looks like it has a break, moving to a new low. Prices are clearly congesting here. And you get that move to a new low. It's possible this downtrend is a little bit wider, but right now I'm going to play it tight. Play it like this, tight. But it's possible that later on it ends up being a little bit wider, maybe something like that. Just play it like this for now. You could have a daily range. Definitely looks like the bias is now turning down. This is a sizable downtrend. I'm going to expand this downtrend out. Let's see if it's able to hold. Not sure of this downtrend, so just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen. Clearly the bias has changed to down. So I'd bet that this uptrend was correct. It has its break a new high, and then now we are trending down. We might get some sort of daily range here, or this is just a larger correction, and then we're going to see another leg up. Those are my two bets right now. Let's move this out. Okay, trending down strongly now. If we put the midline there, let's see what happens on this opposite side of the downtrend. We push right through. Go ahead and remove that. Let's draw it a little bit differently. Nothing to do, just going to kind of wait and see how this plays out. There's a very strong downtrend right here. So it's looking like this is probably going to be some sort of range. Okay, there might be an overshoot of this downtrend, wherever it is. So let's say if it's here, that might be an overshoot. You're getting a short-term uptrend, so this is the start of the correction. Expecting a new low, for prices just to continue down at the very least. Prices are now stacking within this bar. Getting some congestion. Struggling to come back to the EMA. You know, I've got this mic touching my keyboard. It's probably better if it doesn't touch it. It's probably like super loud whenever I click and clack over here. Let's check out some other possible downtrends. Something like this maybe. Nope. Probably not. Something like that. Probably not. Something like that. Maybe, but that looks weird. Just going to kind of stick with what I have. Not acting like an overshoot, so I'm going to expand this out, and looks like that midline might be coming into play a little bit. Congestive area not holding. Just going to keep seeing what happens here. We have a short-term downtrend with a break and a new low. Now watching to see if this downtrend holds. So the opposite side is now held twice, so it's looking good. But let's see what happens if prices are able to pull back. No viewers today. It's kind of funny, the one day that things are actually happening, nobody's watching. That's all right though. Okay, midline continuing to come into a little bit of play here. Getting one little leg up. Not super clear. Just waiting for prices to return to this trend line before I'm willing to do anything. That's it. Looks like we get one leg back with a break. Short-term uptrend gets a break. Looking for a new high and prices to come off of this trend right here. If we get that, I might be willing to take something. Congested. Might get some sort of failed breakout and set up off of this trend line. See what happens. And we are pushing up there. Okay, prices are touching off that, so I'm going to look for some sort of lower high.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Okay, we're in.
Stop filled.
And got stopped. Okay, that's trade 3. So 2 winners, 1 loser. Not too bad. Not great. I was expecting prices to turn down here. So I'll let it play out a little bit, and then I'll probably just hop off and call it a day. So looking at this, I have to say, okay, was I really sure that I was right with this downtrend? And you do have a bunch of touches here and 2 touches on the opposite side. So I felt like there was a good chance of it. But I guess with prices not having come back to this side to test it yet, maybe it would have been better to wait on some sort of lower high right there. All right, either way, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Looks like we're trending up here. So I probably just misread something. And yeah, I'll be back in a little bit to review what I did, review my trades, see if I'm happy with what I did, and go from there.